Alrighty folks, carburetor is put together. Call it rebuilt. We'll call it rebuilt, why not? Like I said earlier, we got these bolts in the center here leaking. What happens is the threads are into the oil galleys. So oil will walk up the threads and pool at the bottom here. Could be a little valve cover too, but because it's on top of the intake, it's definitely that one. So I'm going to do these four. Can't remember if the back two, I feel like the back two go into coolant passages. Same with the front. So if you have a coolant leak, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So let's see how tight these are. First of all, 9/16, or in my case, a 14 on a swivel. Yeah. Not that tight at all. And if you can see, it's dripping with oil. Where am I? There you are. Yeah. So we gotta clean that up. And there should be thread lock. Not thread lock, but white plumber's Teflon. I don't use the tape. I haven't used the tape since the introduction of the liquid. Liquid works way better. And I think it's, you don't have to worry about directional. And so let's get these cleaned up. Got a little brake clean. We'll shoot down in there too. I'm gonna do one at a time just so for torque. There we go, cleaned up. Thread sealant with PTFE sealant. Der Rostbaskanbet. That's Spanish sounding German. Listen to me. It's probably a little way too much, but you don't want it at the bottom, you just want it on the threads. We'll save this for our next bolt. We'll just put it on there. There we go. We'll come back to that. Torque that to spec. Alright, we'll keep going. Okay. This back bolt was not the right length, so somebody has already put the wrong bolt in there. But let's do some sort of torque sequence here. This will keep them from loosening up because they were all loose too. That sealant really makes a difference. I'm gonna torque them all, but I didn't do the front ones. Like I said, I'm 99% sure that they are coolant passages, from what I remember. But also, they should have sealant on them. But I'm taking the approach that right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Which is not my normal routine, but I still could have vacuum leaks here, I suppose. I don't know, we'll see. Just want to get this carburetor on. Now, I may have to get a shorter bolt for the one that was stripped because I no longer have the carb spacer. So I might be able to get away with just a couple washers, but I think I should have a shorter bolt inside. So I'm going to get some, go get the carb, clean all this up too with, I'll just zoom out there. Clean that up with just some, that green stuff, what do you call that? Scotch-Brite pad? Yeah. I keep checking this and keep pulling threads out, so see how this drops in there? Way too much. That should threads right to the top. I'm going to see if there's enough for me to grab to re-tap that, but oh boy. Can go up to a bigger size, but then I don't know if a bolt will fit through the carburetor. And then the other thing you could do is a helicoil. So The coil is basically puts threads in there and they kind of lock in there. It's like a little sleeve. They work nice, but they're like 30 bucks a pop last time I checked. All right, tap and die set is out. That fits nicely. If they didn't, if they were like if it fit crappy, it's not the right size. And you can eyeball it. And we know that this is a 5/16, 18. So 5/16 bolt and 18 threads per inch. Standard. This is not metric. This is old school America. Use the America system. They ain't adapting no goddamn European metric shit. At least that's how I think of it. Although, actually, I think the metric system has been around longer. No? We were just stubborn, being the only country using. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Put a little oil on those threads. And it's 1/4 inch, and I did not bring a 1/4 inch ratchet out here. Great. Luckily, there is a tool provided, which I usually don't use because they're kind of a pain in the ass, but let's get this out of my way. Knock it over. Try and get this in there straight. Let's see if there's anything left to grab thread-wise. These are different from what I should get too is a rethreading thread chaser kit, where this is cutting new threads. Thread chaser will just clean up threads, which is usually what's needed more actually for me. It might be at the bottom there. Doesn't look good. Lots of garbage coming out. Let's see. That's about all we got for all that's left down in there. Yeah, that's bottomed out. I'll clean this off and thread it again. Well, there might be just enough. I've got a couple threads. Let's see if those will do it. Well, I forgot to grab a socket that will fit these. Not a big deal. Just thread them in by hand. They were finger tight before anyway, which is not really proper, but I should have a pliers so I can get on there. Okay, a little more light down there. Pull out our anti-mouse shit runners. Looks good in there. I'm gonna go with the blue gasket. Give me a blue and a gray. Blue feels like a little more better material. It's nice too. Carburetor looks good to go. What else was I just gonna say? I don't know. Let's just do it. She seems to be fitting flush. No interference. I was wondering if that spacer was here for an interference issue, but I don't see anything. I'm gonna put that back bracket on that I cut up and put that one bolt in, see if we have enough, see if it'll work. And that's about tight. So as you can see, I need about a spacer of some sort. stack of washers. Not really the best, but maybe it'd get me back in the garage. I'll do that. I think I have some washers out here. Or a bigger nut will do. See how stupid I am? I can use either hole there. So I can use the outer one. I don't know, the carb is both. The only reason I'm using the inner is for this bracket, so I just need to make a giant washer that'll pinch this down. And I can use this nice outer hole, which is completely fine. There we go. Let's record. Yeah, so that worked. Got nuts and bolts in there. That has got, yeah, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna make a spacer or something. I got the bracket on, that's all that really matters to me. Don't mind the leaf blower. I may have to voice over this. This is, let's get our cable back in there and make sure we have enough throw. Okay, so that's fully extended. You can see how much further past it is. So let's see if that's, the pedals should all be all the way up. Let's put that on there and see. It's got a weird angle. I'd still like to have this bracket bent, mounted there, but bent back. So this isn't so weird, but let's take a look at the gas. Turn springs on. And it could be a little higher, I guess. Let's see if I get full opening. I mean, that's what we really want. We just want full opening ability. Am I going? I gotta fix that spring. One's on there. Now, as long as I'm getting my secondaries open, that'll be working fine. For now, I think we're gonna make some adjustments in the future. Maybe I'll get the proper bracket. But I just want to get this off the street.
Okay, leaf blower. So we're gonna crank this thing over, get some fuel in there, and choke is disconnected. So, ready to go.
Alright, I cranked her over. We've got some fuel. Good. We'll just do it all down there for good measure. Yeah, I almost forgot to hook up the fuel line. I'm telling you, that would have been good. Down, fire up. You probably won't be able to hear because every day is landscaping day in LA. She idles. I don't have my choke, obviously. No leaks, that's nice. You can hear it's a fan, I'm sure, but I think she purrs like a kitten. Gonna make some idle adjustment, I'm sure. Oh, there's that hesitation still. All that work. And it's still cold. Let's see. Yeah, the temperature's not even up yet. And choke's not hooked up, technically. Transition. I guess now let's get it warmed up, see what happens. Wonder how the well, that's secondary. Yeah, I see ya. Just your husband crossed. You should be fine. Okay. It's a Friday. This is traffic everywhere for no reason. This is considered traffic. Getting me to a test drive. Alright, let's get back to you guys in a minute. Yeah, still a stumble. Well, we're gonna get it hot though.
Hey, alright, I put on the wireless mic. Maybe you can hear me better rather than hear the engine. Just from a smell standpoint, she smells a lot better. I'm gonna bring the idle up a little bit. I was hoping my vacuum would steady, but no, she's still all over the place. So we're gonna address that. Getting, that's water. Yeah, she just does not smell as bad. That is for sure. So that's great. It's not running as rich. I would take it. All right, let's make some add adjustments. And let's see how that goes. All right, we're going to bring the idle up with your base idle screw. Very fine adjustments. I'm going to leave it there because we're going to mess with our mixture screws now. And this is just your idle. It's only your idle circuit. That's all this does. We're looking for a nice smooth vacuum and highest vacuum. Meanwhile, we're watching our idle. See it increased a bit. I'm gonna go right there. We're getting into the green, the vacuum. Coming down. I'm going to keep them both right there, right on the edge. And then I'll just bring my idle down to what I want it at. Couple snaps to the throttle. Should be around 600. If I can get her a little better. Still hunting. Was doing that before. Let me get that choke wire hooked up too. All right, air cleaner is back on. I noticed that made a difference too last time I drove it. She's not smoking, which is good. She smells nice. And I definitely noticed some low-end power, which is probably that dirty fuel system. Test drive numero 2, 3. Oh yeah, feel that just right away, that nice smooth. That fuel system was effed up, obviously. I think it's funny, the thing always ran nice. It starts right up. It was just that hesitation it had. That transition right there. So, and we had a vacuum leak, a gasket, strip bolt. I mean, it needed to be done. Now I'm thinking I should do a new fuel pump because that rubber that we found seemed to be rubber, could be the diaphragm. Now I think this has a newer fuel pump on it. I can't remember when I bought it. I think the kid said he did it, but for peace of mind, it's probably like 30 bucks. I probably should just do it, you know? You know, because that, you're just entering more debris. Right there, that would have hesitated before. So, very cool. I'll keep you posted. Seems to be good. Plenty of power. I mean, for a tired 307, it's pretty good. All right, guys. You like this stuff? You got a comment? I don't mind comments. Tell me if I'm doing good or bad. I mean, like I said, this is my first carburetor on a car or truck, so I could have missed some stuff or misinformed you. So, but I think I did a pretty good guide for what it is. All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.